All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome back to another episode. I got my good friend here, Giselle, aka.
Gatsby.
Yeah, you're a streamer. Like, you're the only streamer I know aside from myself. So, what do you do? How do you stream, and what do you stream?
I stream on Twitch, and I pretty much stream like kind of whatever I want, cause that's the whole point, you know.
All right.
I did try to pick up like a couple games here and there that like other people that I know stream play, just cause we have like a little community going on, cause like their followers will watch me, my followers will watch them, so we try to like keep everybody like entertained, if you will, with like kind of the same content. But even then, they still enjoy whenever I play games, like for myself. Like the other day, I played Final Fantasy, and I don't know anybody else that plays Final Fantasy on Twitch.
Okay. What kind of Final Fantasy? Because I talk about Final Fantasy a lot in this podcast. You're the
Final
one
Fantasy 14.
For also the online version, like the MMO.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, that's a lot different from everything else we talked about. So what can you tell me about that MMO? Like, sell me that MMO. Why should I play that one aside from everything else I play?
Well, did you know that you can play the game up until the first expansion pack? Not until, you can play up the first expansion pack, like, for free.
Okay.
Like, the entire base game, the entire first expansion pack, for free, up to level 60. It's amazing. Customer character customization. I spend like 2 hours in that thing just because there's so much that you can customize about it. It's really fun to play with friends. You can go run dungeons. You could just go cook. You could go fish. You can own an apartment. So it's like, when they say a virtual world, like this is what I would imagine a virtual world was like whenever I was little, and like would see like people like games like Sword Art Online or not online, anime like Sword Art Online, and this one episode of Zack and Cody where they had like some virtual kind of game thing. This is like what I would imagine like all of that stuff would be like.
So let's go back real quick, because I heard Zack and Cody. Is that like the Disney show?
Yes.
They showed an episode where they were like in a virtual game.
Yeah, they showed an episode where like one of the characters was like super obsessed with like this virtual game, because they were like, this is the real, well, not like the real me, but this is like me, if who I would want to be, you know. So you can kind of do that, and you can do that with Final Fantasy while also kicking a bunch of monsters' butts, and you know, just going around scavenging, riding a chocobo.
Oh.
That's my favorite part. Yeah, every time I get to ride the chocobo, you just hear me like singing along to like the little song. Also, that's another part. The soundtrack to this game, top quality. The entire, like, I don't have to, like, a lot of the times when I play games, I watch something on my other screen, or I have something on as, like, background noise. But with this game, it has, like, my full attention, just because, like, the story, the graphics, the soundtrack, like, everything is, like, so good.
Wow.
And I don't have to do anything else.
Okay. All right. I could appreciate that. That's awesome. All right. So, what kind of character do you play? Who are you in that world?
So my main character, she's a white mage, which is actually a little different for me, because typically, like in any kind of game, like whether they're a first-person shooter or any kind of other MMO, I'm usually always playing a tank. But I decided to switch it up for this game. I was like, let me play as a healer, because why not? I just wanted to carry around like a little magic staff. I will say it's not as fun whenever I'm playing by myself, because when you're trying to defeat like 10 different monsters all at once and it's just you by yourself and you can only cast rocks or wind, it's not great. But when I'm in a dungeon, I get to just chill back and I'm just like, you get a heal and you get a heal and you get a heal.
So for those who don't know, what's a tank?
A tank is more of a person that just goes head on into the fight, mainly like a fighter, pretty much.
Okay.
And that's usually how I like to play, with just like head on. I don't usually like look into any like kind of tactic or anything. I just go and I just start hitting buttons until something happens.
Okay, but a tank specifically plays a very important role, because a tank is it's probably the most crucial, aside from a healer, because you're talking about two very important classes. A tank is a person that holds all the aggro from all the monsters to keep the party alive, while the healer does his very best to keep that tank and the rest of the party alive while they take damage. So you like very intense roles, huh?
Yeah. If I'm not stressful, I'm playing. Then
Oh,
what's the
man.
point in playing?
That's a good point. So, do you feel accomplished whenever you like down a boss as a healer or a tank or something significant?
Yeah, I feel very accomplished when I can keep my whole party alive the entire time and nobody dies. Just because if you try to get me to play as a healer, like in literally anything else, like I'm terrible. I'm always like, I'm sorry guys, do not ask me to heal you because no. But with this, I just feel like it's a little bit easier for me for some reason. I don't know. And so I fully like enjoy it.
Okay, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, what other games do you stream aside from Final Fantasy?
Well, I think one that I stream a lot is Valorant, first person shooter. Um, that one, the roles are a little different. I honestly still haven't fully understood them myself because like they have like a healer and then like they don't have like your traditional tanks or damage, you could say, because they have like some characters that are specifically supposed to control the environment. So like one of them like shoots out like toxin to avoid characters from coming in from a certain area. And then like even the healer, she can put up an ice wall to block people from coming in that area, so that way you can control which way people are going to be coming in.
Okay.
So it's a little different.
So, what kind of game
I'm
is it?
still kind. It's a first person shooter.
So like a team-based battle royale type stuff.
Hmm.
4 versus 4, 10 versus 10, or
Yeah, I think it's like 4 or 5%. Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 against each other. So it's just one team against the other team, and then like one team is defending, the other team is trying to plant the spike. What the spike does, I have no idea. I just know it's this little bomb type of thing.
is there like a time limit? Like they have a certain amount of time to put the spike?
Um, I want to say yes. I honestly don't. I don't recall that. But there is like different modes. So like the mode that I was describing, it's called unrated. That one's where you play longer matches because it's whoever the first team to get to 13. Which I feel is not super common because like the other first person shooter that I play is Overwatch, and so like that one it is time based.
Okay.
And then there's Spike Rush, where it's the first to get to 4. So you play that same game, but it's a shorter version of it. And then you have, of course, Deathmatch, my personal favorite, Escalation. You're still in a team, but it's you kind of like have to progress, and as you progress, you get a different gun. And so everybody on the team has the same gun, and it's the same for the other team. And so it's just who can get to the last gun first, and then also at the very end you have to just go and get them with a knife versus a gun.
Oh.
Yeah, it's my personal favorite. A lot of the Valorant community does not like it for some reason. They're like, oh, this is just the warm-up, and I'm like, it's so much fun. Like that's the most fun I have in that game.
Okay, good deal. So, I remember you calling me and texting me and sending me pictures about a computer you were building.
Yes.
How did that go?
I was nervous. My friend helped me pick out all the parts because at that time I had no idea what I was doing, and he had built multiple computers before. And so once I got everything, because I was buying everything little by little, every month I would buy a new part. And then once I finally had everything, I was like, oh my God, I got to build it right now. I was like, you need to come over. But he lived in Kansas, so he can't just come over.
Right.
So we had to try to do it over a video chat where he was trying to give me instructions over the video or over FaceTime on how to put things together. And then I would be so scared because I was all like, this seems really fragile. And so I was like, if I push too hard, it's going to break. So it was a little stressful, but it was really fun because after I did it, I was like, I want to build another computer. So I was like trying to push all of my friends to also. I have it. Yeah, one of my roommates at the time, she was wanting a PC, and I was like, just start buying the parts. And she was like, but I don't know how to build it. I was like, I can help you. I just want to do it for you. Like, I'll do everything for you. Just get the parts.
So did you come across any errors as you were building the computer?
Yes, but it was user error because I learned that you had to, whenever I was first putting it, plugging it in and waiting for it to power on, I couldn't see it on the screen, and I learned that I actually had to plug it into the graphics card. Who knew? I had no idea. And then also there was something wrong where like not everything was like turning on because like I have like RBG what's it called? What's that called? RAM. I have RBG RAM and like the fans weren't turning on and I was like, what's going on with that? And I didn't put a cable in the right place. But other than that, everything else went great.
Okay, good deal. So, can you tell me the specs of your computer?
I'm gonna have to look that up because I don't know it off the top of my head. One
Ah,
second.
you're fired.
So for my CPU, it's an AMD Ryzen 5 360 X. I want to say X. We were original. That was the original one we were supposed to get, but then I got the X because like at the time when I was trying to build this, like it was locked down, so everybody was trying to build a PC.
Right.
So it was real hard to find a CPU and a graphics card. Motherboard is an MSI B450 Tomahawk Max ATX. And then I have 2 Team T-Force Delta RBG 16 gigabyte.
So you got 32
No,
gigs in
16,
total?
sorry, I can't count.
Okay, so you got 2 8 gigs.
No. Yes, there we go. That's what I was trying to say.
Gotcha. All right, so then you have a terabyte.
I told you, he just helped me pick the parts out. I just put the thing together. Yes, a 1 terabyte solid state drive. And then I have an RTX GeForce 2060 Super for the graphics card, and it's all put together into an NZXT H510 ATX mid-tower case thing. I just wanted one that was see-through, so I could look at the parts inside. Oh, and then like my WhatsApp power supply.
Right. Is your power supply RGB as well?
No, so that's the thing. We had to go cheap with it. Also, like I said, it was very hard to find parts at the time. And so, like, my goal was get it together and then I'll upgrade the parts as I go.
Right.
However, we have not been able to do that just yet. But I mean, she's kicking, so
right,
it's
there's
fine.
no need because right now you are optimal. You are playing well. It does its thing. You know, maybe in about a couple of years, 5, you could probably upgrade a little bit. But no, it sounds good. It sounds good. So I'm looking at your chair, man. That is something. Talk to me about that chair. Yeah, so I thought, first of all, I thought that the ears were part of the headset. So every time you move, but the ears don't move. So I'm like, wait, that's actually connected to the chair. All right.
Yeah, it's a headband you can actually take off and put on. However, I broke it when I was moving, so it just lives there.
Okay.
But again, it was locked down. This chair was going viral on TikTok because everybody's like, "Oh my god, it's a bunny chair." And so I was like, well, I have to have one. I was all like, why not? Because also, again, it was locked down. So my job had me working from home. And they were like, okay, we need you guys to, like, you know, you're going to have a computer set up. And I was like, first of all, I don't have a computer. I don't even have a desk, nor do I have a chair. Because at this time, it was only like my first I think it was like my first full year out on my own. So I had like no furniture at all. So I was like, I don't even know where I'm supposed to put this computer you guys are going to send me. And they were like, no, it's okay. Like, we'll reimburse you guys for whatever you get. And I was like, oh, you'll reimburse me, you say?
With that being said.
So I was all like, okay, because also this chair was originally like $300. And I'm like, who's going to spend $300 on a chair? Yeah, I'm going to spend $300 on a chair. So the chair was on sale for like $260 because it's like Memorial Day or 4th of July, one of the two. And so I bought it and then they reimbursed me like $100 and something. So I really only got the chair for $160 something.
Wow.
Instead of $300. Yeah, it was the best deal of my life, I will say.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So did it come with the headset? Because the headset matches perfectly.
No, this is the Razer headset. I forgot which model it is, but I had kind of a theme going on in my head. I was all like, my Sailor Mars is my favorite Sailor Moon character, and so I actually have like a decal on my PC that I had made by somebody on Etsy. So I have that there because I was like the whole theme. I was gonna make everything inside RBG like red, so it would match the theme. The case is white. Her colors are red, white, and purple. So I was like, we got a theme going on here. However, it is very hard to find things that match. There's not a whole lot of purple PC accessories, nor is there any like pretty red, because everything is red and black, not red and white. And so, especially during the time I was making this, because now I see people doing more of that red and white combo, but I'm like, I already got everything, so I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
Right.
I went with like, okay, we'll do like pink accessories because I just wanted it to be cute. And so I got a little,
Well,
so my keyboard and my mouse are white. My mouse pad is pink. My headset is pink. And then the chair is pink.
well, you pulled it off. It looks fantastic. I did see some of your streaming, and I think that if you are watching this, you need to go check her out because she's actually a pretty good gamer. I'm intimidated to play her, but I'm still going to play her. I'm going to invite her to play Fortnite with me one of these days. I don't know if you ever play Fortnite.
I haven't. I've been trying to avoid that game like the plague, but all my friends are bullying me to play it.
Well, I recommend it because now I actually hated that game because I hated the builders. I can't stand builders, but now they have it where there's no build. So now you're, shooters. It's like if you're good at shooting, which I see that you are, I invite you to come play with us and we can have a Fortnite night. A Fortnite. Ah, see what I did there?
Yeah.